here to answer your Q&A. I'll have them introduce the film they're with and the people they have brought with them.
The tiniest film, so I guess I go first. My name is Travis, and I made the rant about Pluto.
Oh, you need to? Yeah, okay. Hi, I'm Mireles. I did the first film, Playtime.
Hi, I'm Kutner, and I did the second film, Barbie Blues.
Hi, I'm Jenée LaMarque, and I wrote and directed Spoonful. And this is my husband, Julian Wass. He did the music. And Reiser, star. Marianna Palka, star. And Berger, producer.
This is Ryan Slattery, my producer. This is Christopher Becker, my German producer. And this is Paul Pieck. He did a lot of photography on the film. Questions? Yep. Nothing going on?
That's a really good cricket sing.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we made the film in Germany. Anybody? No? Nobody got any questions?
Tell us about the movie.
Okay, great, awesome. Playtime, we did this in Cologne, Germany, a couple of summers back, and it was great. It's inspired a little bit from a 1930s film called People on Sunday that Billy Wilder and Kurt Siodmak did. And it was inspired a little bit by Richard Linklater's Slacker. That's why I kind of went from place to place. So, yeah.
Does anyone have any questions?
No, they'll tell you about it.
Oh, I got it.
There you go.
Barbie Blues is a student film. It was made at the end of the second year in Tel Aviv University. It was also written by me. I don't know what else I can say. The leading actor is actually a very famous actor in Israel. He's actually from a comic background. He plays the boss in the Israeli version of The Office. So he's actually a really, really awesome guy, and he just, everybody was volunteering on the set. This is actually an extremely, extremely low budget film, and I'm just really, really happy to be here.
Mine's super simple. Mike Plant, who's an awesome guy, one of the shorts programmers and a good buddy, put together a project called Orbit, which is one film about each planet, and I love Pluto.
We, as friends, put together this film in the summer, and I wrote it in 2 weeks. We shot it 3 weeks, I think, after I first came up with the idea. And we were so lucky to find Robin, who, blind casting call. She's an amazing stand-up comedian, and came in and just like knocked our socks off. And so, thank you, Robin, for making it out here. Her baby is in the back there, Will Sullivan, and her husband, Ray. They are very important to making this film. Key ingredients, you would say. And then Marianna is just so close, a friend of a close friend, and I'm so happy that she's in my life now. And of course, this is my husband. And Stephen and I, we're going to be making a feature soon. So we're out here. We're so happy to be here. It took us 2.5 hours driving from Park City to get here. So, and we came in as our title was showing, so we didn't get to see it. So anyway, if you any questions?
What was the inspiration?
For the movie, the inspiration, it was semi-autobiographical. And basically what happened is one of my closest friends passed away in my early 20s, and I was at his memorial with a bunch of my girlfriends, one of which was separated from her baby for the first time and had the same issue as as Robin in the film, and she didn't have a pump with her, she didn't have her baby with her, and we were sort of delirious with grief over the loss of this young man in our lives, and we decided to help her out. And so we did that, and you know, that was in 2003. So I mean, and my challenge to myself with this film was to fictionalize that situation, and so it turned into from three friends into three sisters dealing with the loss of their father. And so yeah, that's.
So what's your feature going to be about? Maybe for all of you, if you're going to make any features.
Yeah. Well, my feature is it's about it's a dark comedy about an identical twin who gets mistaken for her dead identical twin, and so she takes over her life, and in the course of taking over her life, she sort of discovers how to truly be herself. And it was in the Blacklist this year, so that's exciting. And yeah, so. Anybody else?
Yeah, I can talk about a feature that I'm developing now. It's called Burden of Proof, written by Bobby Moresco, who co-wrote Crash with Paul Haggis and won an Oscar for that. It's a crime thriller about a man who spent a long time in jail for a crime he didn't commit to be released as the monster that the system so wanted him to be. So, so maybe we'll come back.
Please convince Ryan to have me as the director on that project. No? Yes?
Watch for Barbie Blues. It was challenging and really troubling, and she was her neighbor. Can you tell us more about the story? And I imagine you're intending to leave us like that, but it's profoundly troubling, but also different. So anyway, what's the story behind the story?
The story behind the story. Well, I actually really, Barbie Blues started off as a completely different script. It was a script about an 11-year-old girl who gets her period and gets kind of confused, and you know, it was the whole issue with kind of teenage sexuality was there, but I was having a really hard time writing a character that's 11 years old. So I kind of decided to stay on a similar premise, but to make my protagonist a little bit older. So that's how it somehow ended up happening. I know it's kind of a tough movie to watch, so I apologize for anyone who's troubled. But yeah, basically something about you know, kind of the weird vague line between maturity and immaturity. That was kind of something I wanted my lead character to kind of like walk the line. On one hand, she's a very childish person, and on the other hand, she thinks she's an adult. And I guess the troubling ending is kind of a tough realization that of a person that is finding out the harsh truth. And that's it. The film is actually like, my intention is to kind of raise questions. I do not have like a very, very strong agenda I want to yell out to the world. So basically, like, if it got your brain kind of going, I did my thing.
You, at the end, the guy said, you know, don't worry what your parents what you have done. So it was almost, was the intention just to then put the blame of sexuality on the girl herself, or
well, at the end, the guy kind of like sheds his skin and kind of reveals, I don't know if I should call it his true face, but something comes out. And the intention was not for you to think that it's her fault, but for him to kind of, you know, not take responsibility for his actions. And at the end of the day, he's the adult and she's the adolescent. I don't want to like use the whole blame game, but it was supposed to, you know, it's not like, it was definitely not me telling the audience that I think it's her fault, for sure.